All right, welcome to the Smart List workshop that I am working on. My name is Kayla, and I've been posting in the Amazing Marvin chats for a while, helping out with smart lists and questions about smart lists. So I figured I would share my setup since it is largely based around smart lists. I should be able to see my Amazing Marvin screen. I have a custom font set up on mine, so the font may look different than yours. My day list that I have open right now is usually my go-to page when I am first opening up Marvin. I have my stuff set up so that it will automatically separate all of my stuff out by categories, and helping hand code is one of my categories. I have some of them bookmarked on my sidebar just so that I can flip through them very easily. The 4 smart lists that I use are this week, next week, this month, and next month. And it's kind of based on Carl Pullane's Todoist setup. But basically, smart lists are just dynamic lists that can be very small, very homed in on a specific grouping of things, or it can be as big as taking all of the tasks you have in Marvin and putting them in one list under a certain context. So for example, this week one that I have here is showing me everything that I have either planned, scheduled, or have due dates on for anything this week. And the only thing I have left for this week is my assignment for web app development class that I'm taking for my degree. In order to use smart lists, you need to have the strategies open or on, and you can group them together or you can just like search for them. Smart lists. So the smart list strategy is the one that will allow you to make the smart lists. And then if you would like alerts for your smart lists, you'll need to use the smart list day alerts strategy. So for the smart list, if you the only thing you can do is turn it on from this spot. They give you a video and you can read some more in the help center if you would like. But the way that you actually set up what your smart lists are is when you turn it on, you come up to the 3-line menu at the top, and you should have an option for smart lists. So you click on that, and it excuse me, it will bring up a list of all of your smart lists. But of course, if you've just turned this on, then you're not going to have any smart lists because you haven't set them up. So I actually have a smart list that I want to set up, and it's going to be basically everything that is not this week, this month, next week, or next month. So I'm going to add a smart list, and I'm going to give this smart list a title of future things. And I might rename that later. But anyways, we have this interface here. The left side is where you'll input the things that you want the smart list to look for. And the right side is the result list that comes up whenever you input your filter. So after you're done putting in your filters, you can check the result list and make sure that it's actually pulling in or not pulling in the stuff that you want or don't want. So, like I said, I want everything that is greater than a month. So I'll be more than 30 days out. Where did that one go? Not recurring, not item type, nothing in the title, not looking to, nope, scheduled, here we go. Scheduled after 30 days. From now. So scheduled in more than 30 days. There's nothing there because I don't actually have anything set there. So that's due and scheduled. Planning was the other one. That one we need to use the advanced filter for, and I've used this one enough that I know unplanned. So this will look for anything that's unplanned. And throw that in there as well. And like I said, there's nothing showing because I don't actually have anything that's due 30 days out or scheduled more than 30 days out right now. I don't think. So I'm going to save this. And now we have something called future things. And we can close this out. But as you can see, it's not on the sidebar here because I need to add this to the sidebar. So I'm gonna go back to my strategies at the top and pull up my sidebar here, settings. Now I have an interesting setup here that's creating all of this. I have some groups that I created, my task views and stuff like that. So I'm going to come down to the bottom, add a new item, and we're adding the smart list. And I'm going to choose, let's go down to future things. Add to group, and the group is going to be a task views because it is a task view, but it's where I would like it. So I'm clicking OK. And so now it says future things are in the task view, but if I just for my sanity, I'm gonna put that up there above the line, just so I know that it's going to be put just below my next month thing. And I'm also going to choose color. I guess mint will work. Okay, and an icon. I'm gonna go with the calendar because I don't know, I like the calendar. And there we go. We have a future things category. Let's open up the master task list.
I couldn't find a list called master task.
That was my smart device being unhelpful.
Searching. don't see anything to connect. Check the device you'd like to use and make sure Bluetooth is turned on. To set up a new device, go to the settings on your Alexa device.
Sorry about that. I've turned her off. I'm going to add a random task to my personal thing, and I'm just going to say test task. And I set the due date out to July 4th. And we'll go check and see. That's not right. Oh, wrong screen. Let's check this. Open this up. Okay, definitely due in more than 30 days. I'm going to there we go. I'm going to leave my scheduled unspecific because I wanted it to show everything that is due more than a couple months from now. So save, closing that out. And now we have our future things smart list set up. The I don't know why I keep going to the strategies thing. Sorry guys. The smart list setup that I have for this week is all in the advanced thing. It's been a minute since I actually set these up, so I can't. I want to say I started with the Todoist workflow and built off of it, and that's how I got these. But they have full documentation of the things you can use. Yeah, this page. So it gives you all the supported operators and expressions. There's a lot that you can do with smart lists. Here's the unplanned, planned, and unplanned. Here. You can say, you can do like pin tasks, you can do schedule tasks, you can do create like by creation date, you can almost anything you can imagine setting up a list for, you can set a list for. What else? I guess I can talk about planning and scheduling. So I also use the week planner. well, actually, the week planner. There we go. That's what I wanted to show months. So basically, how I do things is at the beginning of the semester for school, I get all of my assignments and projects and when they're due, and so I'll just come in Marvin and add all of my tasks and stuff and assign them all due dates and stuff, and then based on those due dates, I will schedule them into the month planner, and then I can once they're put in for the month, then I can switch to the weeks and go to this month, and then you can actually these are already all planned, but you can actually take these and drag them to the week that you want them to be on, and then from there you can take the week scheduler and choose this week, and you'll find something. This is, let's see, when do I want to do this? Let's do in 3 days. So I'm going to put this. Say I'm going to do this on Tuesday or Saturday. My bad, Saturday. And so now I have actually planned this for Saturday. And you can see it turned it gray, so I know that it's been scheduled. And if you hover over it, it tells you when it's due, and that I've put it for 2 days from now. I have the dashboard strategy also set up. However, I'm not exactly using it. I'm kind of just watching it because it's not customizable. I turned it on and this is what you get. There's no customization. Wow, English. So some of you asked about the alerts for stuff. So smart list day alerts. Basically you can set it to have an alert message for something that pops up in a smart list. I have one that I set up because I was testing a condition for someone, and I made this so that it tells me if there's anything in my lists that are unplanned, unscheduled, and or no due date, and it will give me the count of items with $ count, and then I just gave it an actual label, because if you don't write this, then you just get a number in a box and it doesn't give you a whole lot of context as to what it actually means. So this would be the name of the list, essentially. But I think I already dismissed it for today. Let's see. See if I can. Yeah, it won't. It won't pop it up. But I can make another one. Add another alert. Things in so I'm going to actually just have this show me stuff in the future list or future things. And it will be, I'm gonna choose a different color. Make this green. So basically what will happen when I go back to my day view is that I'll have a green box at the top of my screen, and it will say like 3 things in feature list, or however many things are actually on this feature things list. If you don't want the box to be green, you only want like the if you want the box, I think, to be like the same color as everything else that you have, then you would just uncheck the top box, because the top box makes the entire box lighter shade of the button color, and the button color is the color that you pick in here. So my buttons are going to be red and green tomorrow when I open Marvin. So I'm going to go close this out and we'll go check the view. Yep. So I have a bright green box on my day view. And if I click on this button, it shows me the things that are in the list. If I wanted to, I can open the list here, and I can actually add a project, say test project, and it automatically says, oh, now you have 5 things in there, and the test project shows up. So if you just wanted to have that up there, you can. You can also open up the alert settings from there. And let's see what happens. So I added another one. I don't have anything in code venturing. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So I don't. Let's see if I close this. Yeah. No. I kind of wish this would actually like be smaller, so it puts them both side by side instead of on top of each other. But that's the gist of that. Let's go through the rest of the strategies that I have on. I'm gonna sort by activated. Category contacts. So I heavily use categories. The code mentoring, helping hand code, personal life, all of that, all of those are categories. So I like being able to see what category a project is in or task is in. So I have this on, task notes are on, although I haven't really been using them that much. Subtasks are really nice. I get to add sub, like mini tasks inside of tasks. Labels, I use labels for different things. Let's open this up and I'll show you. Currently, I only have one label group that I'm actually using, and it's for tracking my progress on my bachelor's degree. I have some classes I haven't started, some that are in progress, which is a half star. Scheduled as pink and completed as green. But you can have different label groups. So like if you want to use a specific set of labels for one category or one project, you could, and use a completely different set of labels for something else. You totally can do that. I have it set so it shows it as both text and icon. But if you don't like that, you can just switch to only text or only an icon. Or you can also have ungrouped labels if you wanted to. Priority levels, I'm kind of using this one. Basically, it just lets you assign stars to your projects. But I really haven't been using it, like I said, so I'm probably just gonna turn that off. Task reminders, same thing. You can set a reminder for a specific task if you want. Quick add, I really don't use it, but I keep it around. I don't know why. Quick add just lets you add a task from anywhere in Marvin, almost any screen that you want. Skinny sidebar, I have the skinny sidebar up, and I don't find myself using it a whole lot, but it's helpful when I'm on the main, like the master list, because on my master list, the way I like it is that it doesn't have the regular sidebar. So if I open the master list, I don't get the actual sidebar. I can close that. So I like to have the skinny sidebar just so I can get back to where I was going. Instead of having to like divert my attention to the little bitty X bar over there. Close the master list. Go back to our strategies. The regular sidebar is where I created the groups and everything. You can add new stuff to the sidebar, customize it however you want. The faint line is just like a divider that I wanted between like my task views and my categories. Here is also where you would choose whether you want a calendar or full calendar or mini calendar. I have the mini calendar. Your theme color for the actual sidebar. I like the uniform icon colors. So that's what I decided. I don't know. I like everything nice, neat, and orderly, and no weird like color grabbing attention. English. Like color grabbing attention grabbing colors is what I was trying to say. Calendar, I use the calendar quite a bit. It just lets you see everything. I have all my stuff synced with the calendar, so that I don't have to open up Google Calendar 4 times because I have like 4 different email addresses. So I just have everything just plopped all in here, so I'm not going to a million places. Start these again. Marvin kudos, because I'm a gamer and I really like the leveling system. So I like keeping track of where my levels are at. Also, fun fact, you have to get to like level 80 before you can fully customize your Marvin theme. So if you ever have disliked the Marvin theme you have, or you wish you could change like the colors or something, you'll have to get level 80 before you can do it. And I'm like at 30, somewhere around 30. Duration estimates, I've been kind of playing around with this one. Basically it just lets you estimate the amount of time that a task or project or both are going to take, and then you can use that in combination with another strategy to tell you how much time you're planning on spending on tasks and projects for the day. The agenda is just a little calendar like timeline that you can use. Is basically like a a 1-day calendar view. And I just keep it to the right of my task list in the My Day view. Smart lists and smart list day alerts. We already went over that. The smart lists are the dynamic list of tasks, and then the alerts are for whatever you decide to set them up for in regards to your smart list. Time blocking is so that you can block out a specific time in your calendar for different tasks. You should be able to set up time blocks based on like your smart lists. I think I haven't been playing with the time blocking too much lately. Saved items. So if you have a project that you want to like continue using all the time and you don't want to have to recreate it, then you can use this strategy to create the project one time and then save it. And if you ever want to recreate the project, you just go to the templates and recreate it. Like you just do a copy of it and it makes a copy. Works great for the one chocolate chip cookie recipe that I have saved in here. So that I don't have to keep trying to remember exactly how many things, like how much of each item I need. Text color marker lets you mark certain tasks and projects with colored text. Probably gonna turn that off because I don't use it. Back burner is kind of like I use it for like when I've put stuff in Marvin and then I end up deciding that I can't do it right away or that I'm not gonna be able to get it to it, like, or I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get to it, and then I will stick it on the back burner and I'll just periodically look through it and see if there's anything I need to pull back out of the back burner and work on. Sequential projects. I turned this on so that I could potentially work on setting up my college stuff to be sequential because I have to do all of the all the modules for my classes one before the other. And so I wanted to do that. I just haven't done it. But honestly, the way I'm doing it right now, it works. It's really not any more time consuming to set up than it would be to do with the sequential projects. So I may end up turning that one off as well. Dependencies, kind of similar to sequential projects in terms of project context. Basically, dependencies are, you specify that you want to get project A done before you can even see project B, or you need to get through with task A in project A before you can do task B in project C or whatever. So basically, doing one task is dependent on you having done another task or project before it. Auto schedule due tasks. This one is nice. If you've set a task due during within a certain amount of time you get to decide, then it will automatically schedule it for you based on whatever you tell it. So for mine, my tasks are going to be scheduled for today if they're due tomorrow or before. But like I said, you can choose the cutoff, so you can say 5 days or 10 days or 30 days or whatever you want. For that one, rollover schedule tasks. This is one of the automation ones that I have, but you can get in trouble with it if you're prone to procrastinating or putting things off. Basically, if you didn't finish a scheduled task yesterday, then it'll automatically move the scheduled task for you to today. But again, like I said, if you continue to procrastinate a task, then it's just going to keep moving that task with you until you do something with it. Email at Marvin lets you send an email directly to Marvin. API will allow you to create tasks and access your data stuff. This is basically like if you're a developer like me, then you know what it does. But if you're not a developer, you probably don't really need it. Basically, it would allow you to do stuff more customizable stuff than if you were to use Zapier. But for most people, including myself, Zapier integration is enough. I eventually want to play around with the API. I just had so much on my plate that I have not. But like I said, if you want to connect your apps, your other apps to Amazing Marvin, Zapier should be enough. The only caveat with Zapier is that they do have restrictions on their free plan, so you have to be careful with that. Calendar syncs your outside calendars with Marvin. I have not all of my calendars in here. I need to add the rest of them. But I have them all two-way synced, but you can change that to a one-way sync if you want. So basically two-way allows you to make a change in Marvin and it shows up in your Google Calendar or your external calendar, whatever it is. And vice versa, if you make a change in your external calendar, then the change should appear in Marvin. Now, there may be a little bit of a delay if you make a change or you add an event to either calendar for it to show up. And that's just the thing. Like, it's not really in. I don't know that that's really in anyone's control. I have not had any issues with it recently, although I do know some people have been having issues with the calendar syncing, and I'm fairly sure it's pretty new. But yeah, just be kind with that. Events kind of goes along with the calendar sync. You can add items to Marvin as an event instead of a task or a project. So like if you have a meeting or you have like a church event or whatever, you can add it as an event instead of a task. All day items, that is a separate thing where if you have all day items on your calendar, you can choose to have them in Marvin or not. Since I wanted everything from my outside calendars in Marvin, I have turned on all three of these. So I'm all covered. Custom sections allows you to set up the sections in your daily tasks. So for me, that was, looking at my day, and then I have helping hand code as one of my sections. It's the only tasks that I have set up for today. But if I just do test task, then it will it adds the test task to my inbox, and it makes it a new category. So in my today view, I can see, this is what's in the inbox. This is what I need to do for my business. Helping Hand Code is my business name, by the way. And then if I had college stuff showing up here, then I would have a college thing down here as well. But I don't. The only thing I have left for today is this business thing that I need to do. Go back to strategies real quick so I can keep going. Category/project sections. Break your day into sections based on your main categories. That's also what I'm doing. Or actually, yeah. So I'm kind of using a combination of these two, the category project sections and the custom sections. Because the inbox and code mentoring and helping hand code, those are all categories. So it's separating out my day by categories. Planning ahead, that is the planning thing over here that I showed you. Time tracking measures how long it takes to do tasks. So you can check and see that you're staying on top of your time goals. Custom screens lets you create a custom view with multiple lists. I don't have any right now. I was using habits and then I decided not to use habits anymore. In Marvin, check off behavior because I like seeing Marvin dance. So every time I check off something, Marvin comes up and makes a noise. Week scheduler, that is the thing I was showing you earlier, where it breaks down all the different days and all the tasks and stuff that I have. And then I can click and drag and move tasks in dates. Are dates that the project or task or whatever is going to end on. I don't think I have any end dates up right now because I'm using due dates for everything. Dashboard is the weird little dashboard thing I showed you that I said had no customization. Even in this screen, there's no customization that you can do for the dashboard right now, but I'm hoping that they will add some more customization. Right click menu. I am a Windows person, so I am super accustomed to using a right click menu for a lot of stuff. And so I have that up on mine. You can actually edit the menu, so if there's stuff in here you don't use, which I probably should come in here and switch out because there's a lot in here I don't use. But you can customize the menu so you don't have a whole lot of clutter and stuff that you never use. Hover actions are essentially the same thing as the right click menu. So if you don't want to right click, then you can just hover over the task and you still get options. So I have those on too. Time block sections breaks down your daily to-do list based on your time blocks. But because I haven't been using the time blocking, I haven't been using this one either. So start dates are, dates you decide that you want to start your project on. Work session scheduler, so like you can schedule your work sessions. Mobile sidebar, this is where you will want to go if you want to set up your mobile sidebar. This button up here is super handy. Copy from sidebar. So if you want your mobile sidebar to look exactly like your sidebar in your desktop version of Marvin, you can click this copy from sidebar button and the sidebar on your phone will be exactly the same as the sidebar on the desktop, which is nice for me because then I don't actually have to think about where I'm going. I just quick. And that is it. There are a bunch of other ones after here that I'm not using currently. Yeah. Yep, that's all of my strategies. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, want me to do a different video on something, need more clarification on anything, please let me know. And I will be happy to help. Yay, I finished it. If you would like a one-on-one session to help set up your Marvin or work out some kinks you have, I'm more than willing to do that as well. Whatever you guys need. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.